What's up, everybody? This is Arik Armstead, and welcome to another episode of Third and Long. Want to start off the show a little different. I just got off the Unbreakable podcast with Jake Glazer, and I really didn't know. I thought we were going to be talking about football, but we talked about football, but also we talked a lot about mental health. And so got this shirt on, says self-care. Just a reminder to everyone who is watching, who's tuned in, the importance of your personal mental health and to take care of yourself in whatever shape or form that looks like. Um, Getting outside, going for a walk, seeking out therapy, um, reaching out to a friend or checking on someone else who might be going through a hard time or a tough situation. Just a reminder to take care of yourself and always put your mental health first. Now, let's get into the episode. Coming off one of the most highly anticipated games of the season, us versus the Cowboys. And man, it was definitely a playoff atmosphere in the stadium. The Niner faithful were rocking. Uh, there was some Cowboy fans, and you could feel it, man. You know it's a rivalry. You know it was a big game. I think everyone felt it. Our team, our players, our coaches, our fans, the whole city felt it. And it definitely was that. When I entered that stadium, it definitely felt it as such. We knew this was a big game. We knew the Cowboys have a lot of pride. And, those are the type of games that you want to be a part of. These big time games playing against a great team with great talent. And, I knew it was going to be a straight up game. The Cowboys have a lot of pride and they believe, in themselves, obviously. They're, as you can see throughout the years. And I knew it would be a straight up game, best on best. They got talent. They feel like, they felt good going into it. We felt great going into it. And it was going to be a big on big matchup. The score definitely didn't reflect that. We got on them early and the score got super lopsided, 42-10. Yeah, 42-10. That's a rough one. Um, and, I didn't necessarily expect that score. I think for us going into this game, we ex we were expecting a little bit of a closer game, to be honest with you. We felt like we still think they have, a great team, super talented, playoff caliber team. And so we were expecting, a dogfight, and, that's not what happened. Anything can happen on any given Sunday. And, before the game, I think it was Kinlaw said, "Man, it don't gotta be close if we don't want it to be." And, it definitely wasn't close. We got the job done. We dominated all night. Had a ton of fun, both offense and defense. Amazing performances by a number of people, which I'll get into later. But, these blowout games, being on the winning side of them, they're very fun. Guys are making plays, getting turnovers. Um, I've been a part of a few of these lopsided scores, and they are a lot of fun. Winning in the NFL is very hard. Like I'll keep saying each week, and finding ways to win is very hard, especially against good teams. And it's very rare to have a lopsided score like this. And these blowout games can be very fun, and at times they can be a little boring. For me personally, I didn't play the whole fourth quarter, so these blowout games are definitely fun, but sometimes those games where it's a nail biter, it's back and forth, it's you don't know what's gonna happen. Those games can be a lot of fun too in a different way. But this is a huge win for our team. Um, 5-0 goal each week to be 1-0 and put our all into each week and go out there and find a way to get a win. And we got a dominating win yesterday. which is huge for our team. Takeaways from this game, though, is that we are very good. And I think everybody knew we had a chance to be very good. Um, and now we're putting it on the field and everyone is seeing it. But you can't win a Super Bowl in October. And even though we're very good, we've been very close these past years. And I feel like our mindset and our mentality is just a little different this year. It's it's we're laser focused, locked in each week, trying to get better, and also realizing like, man, we haven't done nothing yet. We know our goal, and that's you know, way down the line. And each week, each day, we have to become that team that when that time comes down the line, that we seize that opportunity and go win those games. And each week, I feel like is building us up for the end of the season. And that's our approach each week to get better, to find ways to win, find ways to go out there and dominate. You know, um, we would love games where we're battle tested, and we definitely thought this would be one of those where one of these playoff games. It's a grinder that you gotta go through as a team. Win or lose, make you better in the end, and it didn't happen that way. And so, what we take from this game is obviously extreme confidence. Man, guys were balling against, uh, one of the better teams in the NFL, and we really put our stamp on, who we are and what we have as a team. But it's week 5, so there's some perspective as fans and as players and as coaches, everyone involved. If you're if you're if you're bang bang not a gang, you got to have some perspective as well. Can't win a Super Bowl in October. Each week we're getting better, so have fun while we're doing it. Uh, keep on the grind. Stay level headed, and each week with this new challenge, line up, find out a way to attack it and figure it out, and then go out there and dominate our opponents. And that's what we're going to continue to do, and that's our mindset, and that's our goals. We have our goals down the line, but right now, week by week, go out there and dominate our opponent, have fun, continue to build our brotherhood, bond, enjoy these wins, and on to the next one. To the offensive side of the ball, man, I I I haven't seen our offense this dangerous. I don't think since I've been here. This is the most dangerous offense that I think I've been a part of on a team. And I was talking to Trent Williams after the game, and he was like, "Man, to be honest with you, we knew what it was after the first drive. After we marched down there and we could get a feel for what we were going against. We knew what we had, and we knew they couldn't stop us. And they were going against coming into this game. They were going against the number one defense in the NFL, and they dominated all day. Um, and it really wasn't even close. We had outstanding performances. George Kittle, 3 tugs, had a three-piece, first time in his career with a three-piece. And, you guys know George by now. In those primetime moments is where he is best, playing football, entertaining, whatever it is. Um, man, he shows up in these games, and he had a historic game, one of the best games of his career, 3 touchdowns, um, really setting the tone early. So I wanna talk about George for a little bit. Man, we've been teammates for 7 years now, and to see his growth as a player, as a person, has been amazing. To see what he brings to our organization and see what he brings to our team. Um, his leadership, his playmaking ability, his blocking ability, his personality, man. He brings a fun element, a loose element to our team, and you just can't help but smile and laugh being around him, and you need all these different types of personalities that make a team. You know, you need the George Kittles, um you need the Dre Greenlaws of the world. You need the Brock Purdy's who, just go about his business and just keep it pushing. You need all these personalities to make your team, and that's the makeup of our team. Um, we gel so well together, but everyone is different in their own unique way. And George has brought so much to our team. And, game by game, George always has a huge impact. You know, blocking. He might not get the touches in the pass game to get that shine each game, but his impact on the game from just an overall football standpoint is immense every game. And so how hard he works in the run game, how hard he works blocking his butt off, um, he deserves a game like this to go crazy and get a three-piece, man. I love seeing it. Um, George is a phenomenal player, has been since stepping foot in this league. We've seen it day one. He came in dominating practice and hasn't looked back ever since. And so this was an amazing performance by him. And another amazing performance by our quarterback, Brock Purdy, man. And I really think the narrative needs to start changing on Brock. Um, I think that how you enter the league can create a narrative on you. Um, you know, first round picks, they're the talent. Fifth round, later round picks. Oh, those are the overachievers, the hard workers, the untalented guys. And I think that since Brock, was Mr. Irrelevant, that he gets put in this category of, wow, we gotta see more to believe it. Is it a fluke? Um, but if Brock was a first round pick, people would be talking about him in a whole different, category, a whole different um stratosphere. If other first round picks were having the performances and the game and the career that Brock is having thus far, they would be talking about them like they're the greatest thing since sliced bread. And so I think the narrative really needs to change. And you can't hold it against someone where they were drafted. Um, and I think week in and week out, he's going to continue to do that. I think we have two front runners for the MVP race. I think the front runners are obviously CMC, Christian, and Brock, and we got two of them. It's week 5, it's still early, but those are my picks for MVP. Toss it up, give it to either one of them. I'll be cool with that, and I think they're leading the race for the league. Another great performance by Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason stepped in the absence of Elijah Mitchell and had a phenomenal game. He was running hard. He had 7 yards rushing and, really was setting the tone. He was delivering body blows. As a running back, when you're able to deliver blows on a defense and wear them down, and like Marshawn says, just keep hitting them over and over and over and over. And, guys start turning stuff down. He had an amazing game. Um, was really proud to see him step in and have that performance. That was the first real extensive time he got, this season and opportunity. He stepped right in and played phenomenal. Switching over to the defensive side of the ball, talking about us, my guys. First I want to start with Fred Warner. Man, if Fred isn't the NFC Defensive Player of the Week, I don't know what you gotta do to get that. This man had a sack. He had a forced fumble, which we recovered, changed the game, and he had a pick. He did it in every facet. And, he's the best run and hit linebacker in the league. Um, he can do it in every facet of the game. It's uh it's pretty rare to see, you know. It's been great to see his maturation process as well too, coming in and how he's progressed and transformed into, the best linebacker in the NFL. I think we have the best linebacker duo in the NFL between Fred and Dre, Greenlaw. Really the best we've seen since another 49er pair, Patrick Willis and Navarro Bowman. Um, Fred and Dre, man, they just different. Um, I think people see it on the TV copy. I think people can see it in the games, but being around it every day, being able to watch film and really just look at it and have that appreciation for it, but having those 2 guys behind me, man, is, uh is awesome to be honest with you, and those guys set the tone. Man, they play hard, they make plays, they clean up a lot of errors, that, other guys might make, and, going fast and being violent can cover up a lot, and those guys are fast, they're violent, and they're playmakers, and, really the best linebacker duo in the league, and, really best linebacker duo I think we've seen in a long time in this NFL, and, those guys are still scratching the surface, you know? Um, we still got more to do, they got more to accomplish, and, more to prove, so, um, those guys week in and week out, man, just change. They're game changers and they're team changers as well too, man. They bring a mentality and a mindset to our team that everyone rallies around and feeds off of. Going into the secondary, man, I think our secondary was phenomenal last night. You know, I think when we did some self scouting, I think the first 4 games, um, we were playing great in the back end as well. But this game, I think we took it to another level. We really wanted to challenge Dallas receivers. We wanted to make Dak make decisions and not give him the answers to the test, not give him the easy throws. We wanted to play sticky. We played more man coverage. We challenged them. We got it. We attacked them, and it really showed. Um, it really showed what we could do, man. It really showed, you know, what tying in that coverage with the pass rush and what we're gonna do up front is gonna be really tough. Um, those guys played phenomenal, and I think in a game like this where, the stage was bigger and, we're playing against a little better, more talent, on the perimeter as well too, and, more talent at the quarterback position. Those guys really stepped up. They got sticky. They challenged the receivers at the line, and it showed what we could do. 4 turnovers, huge plays. I'm going to break down Gipp's interception later on. That play right there, um, which we'll get into a little later, was phenomenal and really was preparation throughout the week of what we were seeing and what we're getting back there and get made a hell of a play on that. So round of applause. I don't know if that's I don't know if y'all can hear that. Round of applause for our backing guys, man. Those guys strapped up and they balled out. For us up front, we did our thing again. Um, Dallas, 57 yards rushing. You guys know my rule. Hold them under 70. I'm gonna say we won the game. 57 yards rushing, and some of those yards really came in, late in the game when the game was really over. So we figure they want to establish the run. Um, once the game got lopsided, obviously you have to abandon the run if you want to stay in the game. And so making a team one dimensional through turnovers and scoring the ball and having to keep up with us and being stingy in the run game, um, leads to those turnovers. If guys are able to stay on track, get in a rhythm by running the ball, and get on some drives, then that opens up a whole another um, host of issues on your defense. So making them one dimensional, not letting them get in the rhythm, not letting them, you have to be good on first and second down if you want to get three and out. So I think we did a great job of that. We had two D-line sacks. My man Kevin Givens came in with the sack, huge play late in the game. Was really proud and happy for him. Me and Bosa combined for a sack early in the game on third down, which was a huge play on the second series. And I'm on the board. Yeah, I'm on the board, man. Got me a little .5 on the board. Um, it looked better than 0 for sure. And just me personally, man, I know I've been playing well. I've been, winning a lot of my rushes, and the sack numbers haven't been there, so it feels good to get on the board in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Um, and you know what they say, man, they come in bunches. Imma keep rushing. We're gonna keep rushing our butts off, keep winning, and that's all you can ask for is go out there and beat the man across from you. And Imma keep doing that at a high level, and I know those sacks are gonna start piling up. Those sacks gonna start piling up for all of us up front too. So I think we did our thing up front. Um, Brought it to him, stopped the run, got after Dak as well too, forced some errant throws, and that's all you can ask for. On a previous episode, I highlighted my matchup against Zack Martin, who is a future Hall of Famer, has been probably the best guard in the NFL over the past 10 years, and talked about how I love playing against him because I feel like I got to bring my A game, brings the best out of me, and it's a chess match going back and forth. And we had another one, another battle last night, and a big reason or a big part of why I play football and why I enjoy going out there and playing is the competitive nature. I really play for the respect of the man I'm going against. I wanna ensure that you know, that I get their respect and they know the type of player I am and, make it a long day for them. Um, and, that's where I get my gratification. You know, it's obviously, you can get gratification in a multitude of ways. Um, Fans and friends and family and, those people telling you, that, "Man, good game," but it's different when you get that gratification from the man you went against, and it's different when, uh, guy you went against, uh, comes up to you and tells you like, "Man, you're a problem," and so, I had a moment like that with Zack Martin after the game. Obviously showed him a lot of respect for the player that he is. He's a phenomenal player, like I said, future Hall of Famer. Been the best guard in the league for 10 years, and he gave me my respect as well too. Um, Told me I don't get the respect that I deserve and that I'm a phenomenal player, and, those moments is what, does it for me, and getting that gratification from the player that I played against is probably one of the most gratifying things, um, for me in football. It ranks over, you know, it ranks over, um, fans and even friends saying, "Oh, Eric, good game. You did your thing. You balled out." You know, Hearing it come from the player I played against, is more gratifying for me. So that was a good moment for me. Um, and something I always look forward to in playing these games and playing against, the best of the best is to see where I'm at. You know, prove to myself that I'm one of them. So playing in these big time games, playing against, you know, great players is an opportunity to prove to myself the type of player that I am. To prove to myself the type of player that I think I am, and all the hard work I put in, all the work I put into my craft and on my game, going out there and executing a game plan that I have for myself and going out there and winning and it works. That's the most gratifying thing that I can do and I can experience as a football player, because that's what I can control, you know? I can control how I prepare. I can control, um, the detail I have in my work, and I can control how I go out there and execute and, control the game and execute my game plan to help our team win games, and, so that was a good moment for me. Something I always look forward to, playing against great players and, show where I'm at. So we got a lot of respect for Dallas and their team. We think they're a good team and a team that, we might see again. And I'm sure they'll remember this one, and so will we. So we'll see if that happens. And remember, in this game could be good or bad for both sides. They will remember it and lose confidence, be good for us. We remember it and sleep that, oh, just because we blew them out last time, we're gonna do it again and not have the same type of uh sense of urgency and the same type of laser focus that we need. It could be harmful for us. But I know if it does happen again, the mentality that we're gonna have. And we're gonna try to do the same thing to them. So we'll see if that happens. We'll see if we see them later in the year. A long way away from there. 12 more weeks in the regular season. A whole lot of football to be played. Whole lot can happen. So just a reminder, you know, each week our mindset is to get better. You can't win a Super Bowl in October, and that's what ultimate goal is. But each week we got to take each opportunity to get better and grow as a team and continue to find out about ourselves, um, and go through adversity and challenges and overcome that to continue to mold us into the team that we need to be later in the year down that stretch. Continuing our self scout segment where we get to break down film together. Let's get into it. I want to go to play 6 is the first play I want to break down. And it's 3rd and 3. It is the second drive that Dallas has, and it's a big third down. Um, Third and short, not third and long where we would like to be, but still an opportunity to get off the field. And right here, we are in a 4-man rush. Um, we are in our stud front. As you can see, I'm in a 2-eye right here over the inside shade of the guard. Graves in the 3, and we got 2 5 techniques. 3rd and 3, it's a kind of either or down. You know, 3rd and 3 team might be bold enough to run. It's one of those mixed downs that you really don't necessarily want to be in. It's not the best situation because the team has a lot of options to their disposal. They can try to run to get 3 yards. They can try to quick pass. Um, they could try normal route concepts. They can QB draw. They can do a whole host of things, and each team has their kind of game plan and plays they like to run in this situation. So let's see what they ran. I'm going to go to the wide copy. Go to the wide copy, see the type of routes they ran. Yeah, it was a quick game, you know, short short route combinations, slant. Yeah, quick game, trying to get 3 yards. So I think first when I go to us on our back end and DBs, everyone is pressed, playing cover one. Um, Guys are sticky in coverage, and as you can see, if you go to the Y copy, first thing Dak does is look out to his left, and these guys are covered. Isaiah Oliver's doing a great job sticking coverage. Demo, um, you got Fred over the middle plug, and Gip playing great coverage. So as soon as he goes to his first read, so he goes to his first read, boom, guys are sticky. We're challenging, we're pressing them. No easy throws, no, oh, easy quick decision. That guy's open. Now you got to play quarterback. Now you got to go through your progression. Now you got to go through your reads. Well, as you're trying to do that, as you go to your second read, not open. First read not open, second read not open. You try to go all the way to your third read and you're getting sacked. Nick's there. So I'll go to the wide copy. Let's go to this angle. I'm in the 2-eye. I'm going against Zach Martin. I try a power move. Boom. I get him to sit down. I swim over the top of him. So you break down my rush. You go over to Nick. Nick, great get off. Swipe move. Gets the edge. So I won. Nick won. Nick gets there first. He's still up. I come clean him up. Throw him down. Get off the field. Yeah, everybody got to celebrate on that one. Go this angle. Boom. I go power move. Swim over the top. Nick, great rush, gets there. I get there. Boom, sack. We're off the field. Celebrate. Oh, everybody going crazy. So that's a play where rush and coverage ties together. That's what I hope you understand from this play is how rush and coverage are tied together. Dak tries to look out to his first read, playing sticky in coverage. Man, we're challenging them. Boom, answer's not there. Second read, boom. Oh, sack. So when you tie sticky coverage with the pass rush, it's the result. It's tough on the quarterback. It's tough on the offense. And now 2 drives in, 2 3 and outs, you're wondering like, man, um, what can we do? What can we do against these guys? And then it starts to pile up on you. Pressure starts to get on you. So this was a great play by the back end and us coming home up front. Next play I want to break down is play 7, the next play of the game. So talk you through the importance of this, right? So we get off the field. That's 2 3 and outs. This is the next drive. So 2 3 and outs, and then this is the next play. So I'm gonna walk you through this play. So they're in a formation. Um, they are in. Remember, I taught you guys about personnel last week. They're in 22 personnel, 2 tight ends, 2 running backs. They're in an I formation with the pair of tight ends over here. So when that tight end's motion's over, this is what they're trying to do. They want to motion the tight end over so the defense um, can, kind of settle in that way. And then they want to run the ball back to where tight end came from. And what they're running a play right here is called lead bounce with pullers. Bounce means outside zone. Lead means there's a lead fullback. So fullback in the backfield, lead blocker. And pullers means they're pulling, they're pulling either guard, center, tackle, whatever, based on the formation as well too. So they're trying to get numbers, create an edge, on the edge of your defense. So this play is called lead bounce solid. Solid means to the closed side, solid tight end, closed right call. We set our 3 technique in our wide 9, and they're running lead bounce solid. And right here, I'm not even in the game. I'm watching it from the sideline, and I see Cleveland right here set this edge violently. I'm thinking, "Oh, this is about to be a TFL." We got numbers, and then boom, Tony Pollard does a great job kinda knocking Cleve's arm down, and the purpose of lead bounce solid is to get extra hats on your defender. So they got the lead, so the fullback got Dre, and then the guard got out on Demo. So after I see Clee set the edge, I'm like, oh, this is about to be a TFL, but they got numbers on us. Now it's all about pursuit and effort. And right here, Fred, I've seen Fred do this probably over 1,000 times in practice, in games, punching at that ball. And in a moment like this, big time game, he's not even thinking about this. This is just what he does at this point because he's done it so many times over the years. It's just repetition. It's just a habit for him. And boom, he gets his hand right on the ball. Ball bounces off Demo, stays in bounds, and Kevin Givens, who had a phenomenal game. This is one of his phenomenal plays. Is at nose guard, runs about 20, 30 yards to barely cover this ball down. And the saying is, good things happen to those who run. Coach Wilkes talked about it. We've been doing a great job of attacking the ball, and the ball just hadn't been coming out for us. The past couple weeks. And before this game, Wilkes said, um, "Run to the ball and expect for it to be out. Don't run just to run. Run to the ball and expect for it to be out." And surely enough, play 7 of the game. That's exactly what happened. I want to talk about Fred here a little more too. The center gets out on him. He uses his hands, presses, sheds him, then like a heat-seeking missile. They have the wherewithal to boom, punch that ball out. Man, that's one hell of a play. Fred with the Kevin with the hustle. It's a game-changing play, man. So, how demoralizing is this for offense? For you to go 2, 3 and outs, and then your first touch the next drive, fumble, turnover. That's demoralizing. And it really sets the tone to the game of what it's gonna be. And it's tough to overcome when you're not having success and like, dang, maybe these dudes are that good. Um, and so this was a phenomenal play that really changed the game and really just set the tone um, for what we were and what was going to be for the rest of the night. Next play I want to break down is play 34, which was a game sealing, kind of game ending interception by my man Gip. Um, and really, so when I go to the wide copy of this play, another thing, I hope you guys understand is how important formations are. I know I've talked about it, but the formations and how they line up and where certain guys are at is telling you something. And as a defensive lineman, I like to key in on a lot of those things, but really from the back 7, the linebackers and the DBs, they really have to be tied in on the formation, um, for the run game and the pass game, and it's always telling you something. So right here, they're in a dot formation with the YU pair. And we talked about it all week. Um, this formation is either run or play action pass. And when it's play action pass, they're going to take a shot deep. And this is just what we know. We've talked about it. And so from this wide copy, watch Gip before the ball's even snapped. See him just getting deep. Just watch Gip before the ball's even snapped. He's just walking back, getting deep, getting deep, getting deep. Play action shot. This formation, they're gonna take a shot. Surely enough, those let me see how far he walked back. Those 8 yards he walked back before the snap, by just looking at the formation and realizing what he was getting, either run, or play action deep, is what allowed him to be way over the top, be the top of the defense, and when he throws this shot, the ball's overthrown by at least 5 yards. If he didn't walk back those 8 yards, it's a 50-50 play, not a clear interception. So, um, as I go to this, I'll go to the other angle so you guys can look at the formation right here and what they're doing to us. Um, both the tight ends are doubling. The O-line is trying to double. We have a little pressure on here, which created one-on-one, which Kevin ended up winning. Boom, here you see him make that great move on a tackle and get some pressure. But really, they're trying to double everybody and throw it as deep as they can to their speedster, Brandon Cooks, who I've been seeing this do. I've been seeing Brandon Cooks do this for about 15 years. Brandon Cooks from Stockton, California, my homie, and I've been playing against him ever since high school. Played against him 3 times in high school. He went to Oregon State. I went to Oregon, played against him in college. Then he was on the Rams. I'm on the Niners, playing against him in the division. So, they're going to their speedster, and they're taking a shot to Brandon Cooks. And so when you take all that into account, formation, speed, the speed at wide receiver, and if you know what they're doing, you can put yourself in a position to make a play like that. And so I would say for Gip has played a lot of ball, man. This play was made before it even happened. This play was made during the week. This play was made watching film. I see Gip watching film right before the game. He has his iPad in the locker room. So this play was made, before you guys saw it happen on in the game on Sunday. But this play was made, you know, in the locker room or in the film room, watching film, knowing what you're getting, seeing the formation. Oh, they throwing deep. They're taking the shot. Let me back up. Now let me just go run and pick the ball off. And so I hope you guys can learn a little bit from that about the importance of formations and what we're looking at. Um, like I said, leave in the comments anything you guys want me to discuss, anything that you guys want me to break down, any plays or anything that you guys want to learn more about the game. I'm here to teach you the game, offer a new perspective, hopefully bring you closer. Hopefully, when you're watching our games or watching football in general, you can key in on some of these things and you're not just watching the ball going back and forth and you're able to key in on some of these things and watch more closely. It can be tough because there's a lot going on the football field. Like when I just watch the D line because that's what I like to watch. So, you know, find what you guys like to watch, and it's a wrap for another episode of Third and Long. Got a huge game, another huge game coming up. Got to go on the road to Cleveland. I haven't been to Cleveland since my rookie year where we played and Johnny Manziel was quarterback and we took a L to Johnny Manziel out in Cleveland. So I'll be looking forward to getting back to the Dog Pound. You know, they have a great team, another really talented team that we're going to be playing against. Sean Watson, Myles Garrett. They have a great offensive line. So that'll be exciting matchups and look forward to competing against them. Their defense has been playing phenomenal. So it's going to be on the road. It's going to be tough, but I know we'll be up for it, and we're looking forward to getting out there and playing in that matchup. And yet again, going through another challenge and finding out another way to get a win. So it's a wrap for another episode of Third and Long. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and keep following on our journey.